Hi guys, welcome to my third video of my reading reviews this week. Today I'm going to be reviewing Five Survive by Holly Jackson. Holly Jackson's a British author whose main genre is mystery, and she's most known for her very popular book series, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which was her debut novel. Five Survive is a thriller or mystery story. A thriller defines itself as a fast-paced, plot-driven genre focused on high stakes, tension, and suspense, with frequent twists and a strong sense of impending danger. The main conflict with thrillers revolves around either spying, crime, or psychological themes. For this book, the target audience is young adult, but for specific ages, it's from 13 to 17-year-olds. Upon its release, many people posted their reviews and stated what ages are appropriate for reading this book. And I did more research, and out of the most 30 popular reviews that I saw, 2 of them said that it could be considered 11 plus, 10 said that they were 12 plus, 12 people said it was 13 plus, and 6 people said it was 14 plus. And all of these reviews are made by teens ages ranging from 12 to 17, so the target audience was definitely hit for this book. Five Survive is a book about 6 friends going on a trip to Gulf Shores for spring break. They get lost on the road because they had no signal on their phones and end up getting lost in a very isolated area halfway to their destination point. All 6 friends get extremely stressed by being stuck in the middle of nowhere, and they get even more frightened when they find out that someone far away in the dark shot out their tires. We follow one main character, Red Kennedy, and throughout the story, Red and her friends are trying to find a way to get out of the area without the shooter noticing and being able to shoot any of them. The book slightly talks about concepts like drinking, corruption, past trauma, and other concepts similar to that. I really like the way this book is structured because it's separated into 9 different sections, each section being the next hour starting from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. This makes you aware of the time and kind of makes you feel like you're experiencing everything the characters are with them. But while it does make you feel like you're experiencing everything, you're also very conscious of the time and how slow it is at the start. The first 200 or so pages went by surprisingly slower than I expected. But after that, everything quickened and I finished the rest of the book in one sitting. Since I had done my research on what to see from a thriller, I thought the pace would have been insanely quick from the beginning and just be stuck reading, but it was a bit slow to begin with. But still, this book does follow basically every requirement for it to be considered a thriller, so it makes up for the pacing. When going into this book, I was expecting a very scary and ominous kind of feeling for this, but it was pretty light in the beginning and I wasn't getting much of a scary kind of vibe. I was also expecting a lot of different crazy stuff to go on in the beginning, but there wasn't really a lot of shocking moments up until like the middle of the book. I'd give this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars on the 5-star scale. It was definitely a little rough going through the beginning of the book, but the second half of the book did make up for it, so I still enjoyed reading it. There's honestly not much learning going on from this book, which I'm very disappointed to say. The genre is thriller, and when the main goal is to shock the reader, there isn't going to be much of a learning experience going on. I was really trying to find like the slightest little detail that I could talk about in this section, but I really couldn't find anything. For my final touches, again, they'll be around this side right here. For the plot, I gave it an 8 out of 10. The plot in the story is about 6 friends getting stuck in an RV in the middle of nowhere, trying to find their way out because there's a sniper waiting to shoot at them. The sniper communicates with them that someone is holding a precious secret that they want to know, and if no one fesses up, he shoots. I really love the idea of this plot, especially because the whole time you're reading, you're simultaneously trying to figure out who has the secret. And you're also trying to figure out who is going to be the one dead, hence the name Five Survive. Out of 6, only 1 dies and 5 of them live. Writing and vocabulary used, I gave it a 5 out of 10. The writing in this book is kinda corny, and I was honestly thinking about just not finishing the book overall because of how hard it was to get through her writing. I feel like Holly Jackson's dialogue is so typical of what a older grown adult thinks of how teenagers talk like. And honestly, while I was reading it, I was thinking that no teenager that I personally know would ever talk like this, so it was pretty rough going through that. For the detail, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't think there was an insane amount of detail for it being a mystery and thriller, but there was still a good amount, so it wasn't like anything horrible. For characters and development, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I love the characters in this so much. I was really feeling a lot of different emotions coming from each and every character, which I absolutely love. The development with everybody and figuring out a lot of people's secrets and how they act when their life is on the line is so fun, and I really loved the characters a lot. For the ending, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed the ending just because of how unpredictable it was. I feel like, me personally, I feel like I can try to predict everything that happens in a book, but this really like caught me off guard, and I was so shocked. I loved it so much. I don't want to say too much to not spoil anything, but it was just really satisfying in the end, in my opinion. For quotes, this is my favorite part of the final touches. There is no quote from this book. I was really looking forward to trying to see if there was a quote in this book, but there was nothing that I could really talk about, so it kind of disappointed me, but it is totally fine. My overall rating for this book would be a 4 out of 5 or a 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed most of this book, and the ending was super fun reading, and I really did love how shocked it made me feel throughout pretty much the second half of the whole book. I'd probably recommend this book to others. I think it's a pretty easy read, so if anybody's trying to get into reading books and they like the concept of a thriller, I think I would definitely recommend this book. It definitely wasn't the funnest getting into it, but it was so enjoyable during the end, and I really loved that. That's the end for this video. It was a little bit shorter than most, but nonetheless, this book was still an amazing read and super fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to come tomorrow to see my next review. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!